Hello, class. I first want to mention that you pardon the scenery. The environment in which I am located in the basement. This is not my basement, it is someone else's. But do bear with me. Um, I'm not behind my showcase of books of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of philosophical text, historical text, political text, literature texts, psychological texts, science texts. So I do apologize that the background is not very uh, admirable from an aesthetic sense, but hopefully the content will make up for that. Here I am going through a paraphrase on David Hume, and specifically his Enquiry concerning human understanding. Um, I, the skeptic, am another who naturally provokes the indignation of all divines and graver philosophers, though it is certain that no one ever met with any such absurd creature or conversed with one who had no opinion or principle concerning any subject, either of action or speculation, a species of skepticism antecedent to all studies and free inquiries, as a sovereign preservative against error and false judgment. Descartes' doubt, when more moderate, can be comprehended in a very reasonable sense, and is a necessary preparative for the study of philosophy. By preserving a proper impartiality in our judgments, weaning our mind from all prejudices potentially imbibed from education or opinion. To begin with clear and self-evident principles, to advance by timorous and sure steps, to review frequently our conclusions, and examine accurately all their consequences. By this means we make a slow and short progress in our systems, are the only methods by which we could ever hope to reach truth and attain a proper stability and certainty in our determinations. Consequent to science and historical inquiry, humans are discovering their mental faculties and aspire to a fixed determination in all those curious subjects of speculation which naturally excite our curiosity, and make us inquire into the arguments on which they may or may not be founded. This is from Hume's Enquiry, Academical Philosophy. Doubts are, quote, in some measure corrected by common sense and honest reflection. The greater part of humankind are naturally apt to throw themselves precipitately into the principles to which they are inclined. To hesitate perplexes their understanding, checks their passion, and suspends their action. They are impatient until they escape from a state in which they can never entirely remove themselves, far from the affirmations of their belief. The illiterate may reflect on the disposition of the learned, who, amidst all the pertinent advantages of study and reflection, are commonly still diffident in determinations. In general, there is a degree of doubt which, in all kinds of scrutiny and decision, ought forever to accompany a just reasoner. The mere outward sense being passive in responding to the impression of the object that comes into view, perhaps cannot help entertaining and taking notice of everything, useful or unuseful. But in the exercise of his or her mental perception, every person, if they choose, has a natural power to turn themselves upon all occasions, and to change with the greatest ease to that which they will themselves judge to what is desirable. Let's see. The imagination of humanity is naturally sublime, delighted with whatever is remote and extraordinary, and running without control into the most distant parts of space and time, in order to avoid the very objects of which it is too familiar. A correct judgment observes method, and avoiding all distant and high inquiries confines itself to common life, and to such subjects as fall under daily practice and experience, leaving the more sublime topics to the poets and politicians, and to those who have a propensity to philosophy, will still continue their researches, because they reflect, attending to such an occupation. We will learn that the proper subjects of science and inquiry are the sciences of quantity and number, I think be the only proper objects of knowledge and demonstration, and all other inquiries of humanity regard only matters of fact and existence. The existence, therefore, of any being can be only proved by arguments from its cause or its effect, and these arguments are founded entirely on experiences. It is only experience which teaches us the nature and bounds of cause and effect, and enables us to infer the existence of one object from that of another. Such is the foundation of moral reasoning, which forms the greater part of human knowledge, and is the source of all human action and behavior. Moral reasonings either concern general facts or particular facts. All deliberations in life regard the latter, as also all disquisitions in history, chronology, geography, and astronomy. The sciences of general facts are politics, philosophy, physics, chemistry, biology, psychology, etc., where the causes and effects of a whole species of objects are inquired. When we run over libraries persuaded of these principles, when we take into our hand any text, does it contain any abstract reasoning concerning quantity and number? Does it contain any experimental reasoning concerning fact and existence? If not, commit it to the flames, for it can contain nothing but sophistry and illusion.